Hello and welcome to the Burning Questions. I'm Tim O'Connor, filling in as the captain. Got the captain's armband on today in place of our co-skippers, Nikita Ross, Jason Bonnington, both on holidays. So I've got the call up from the twos. But to make me a little bit more comfortable in the new role, I've got I don't know what you are, Andy, the spiritual leader, the chairman of selectors, or the senior coach of the side. Really appreciate you jumping in. How are you travelling?
Yeah, no, I'm fine. Thanks, Tim. Always good to be here. I try and get sacked every week, but they keep having me on.
Well, you keep tipping winners, mate, so that does help. When you're in a new role or a new footy club, I guess, you try and recruit well and you splash the cash around. That's what I've done today. I've gone and picked up two of the biggest names in the game. First of all, Clayton Tonkin, one half of Tonkin Stewart Racing, just down the road from me. Clayton, really appreciate you jumping in, mate. How you travelling?
Yeah, no, good. Appreciate being called up, and it's an honour.
I know you're a fan, so that's why we hit you up early in the week and we wrapped you a part of it. Another person making their debut today is the pro punter, Mitch Sidebottom. I don't know if that title's worn off as a bit of a badge of honour with your mates move, but you are a pro punter, and we're really pleased to have you on board today for Burning Questions, making your debut.
No, good to be here, Tok. And as you said, you paid more, so I had to cancel the plans with the missus for lunch. So we're all good here.
Well, she is known as the Weasel to those that do know her. So thanks to the Weasel for letting us borrow for 15, 20 minutes. Now, Bond does this better than I do, but I'm going to give it my best shot. We've got plenty of sponsors to get through to keep our show going. Whether you're celebrating a win or shoveling in the stables, like Bailey McDonough out there with you, Clayton, you want your staff to look their very best. And you do that with uniforms from Hip Pocket Workwear and Safety. They have you covered for clothing, protective equipment, and plenty more. Check out hippocketworkwear.com.au. There's a shop down the road in Ballarat. I've hit it up a few times. So they do a good job there at Hip Pocket Workwear. Righto, guys, 4 burning questions on the cards today. We're going to start with one that probably hits Andy Gath right between the eyes here. Will Catch a Wave further justify Andy Gath's spruik and win the boys division of the Tatlow Stakes at Geelong on Saturday night? Andy, take it away.
Yeah. Obviously, he's a winning chance. He started his career, fashion, being able to win 3 from 3. But this is by far his biggest test. As you know, I've mentioned this to Clayton before. I had to wait 10 years to get a horse like this, and he gets a half a dozen like these horses every season. So, we're fortunate enough to have one. We love him as a horse. He seems to be getting better each time, but his main danger is drawn inside him in Beach Villa. Kate's driven Beach Villa throughout his career as well, so she knows how good Beach Villa is. And not only that, but there's other horses as well in the race. They're going to be hard to beat. So, I'm sure he's going to be up to the task, but whether he wins or not, still debatable. But I'm sure he run a great race, and going forward, there's going to be a lot of great clashes with these juveniles going forward.
Yeah, it's a ripper race, isn't it? And look, he's a pretty special horse. So there's a few punters that would have followed you and Andy when he won at Ballarat that night. So we don't know him anything. Clayton, you must have been, first of all, I guess, is Catch a Wave. Is he the horse to beat in this race, or you've got a team of 1, 2, 3, 4 in the race? Beach Villa, Kafaji, Muscle Bart and co. Can you cause not an upset, but can you spoil the Andy Gath party?
I definitely think we can this week. We sort of got the draw in our favour, and I think they're all quality horses, and barrier draws are a massive advantage, and we've got the advantage this week. So it's one of them things. We're first up, but yeah, I do think mine will be awful hard to beat.
You talk music, obviously. You've got some other chances in there. A horse like Kafaji, I mean, is it Beach Music or the rest for you, or can any of your team win?
I think Saturday night is probably going to be Beach Villa's sort of race to lose. Kafaji's drawn out the back, and he's got the Breeders' Crown sort of in a couple of weeks, so he won't be getting overtaxed. I think he'll be a really nice horse later on. He's sort of earning his way a little bit, but I think Beach Villa is definitely our main chance in the race.
Yeah, interesting to hear. I think I called him Beach Music, but Beach Villa, of course. Moo, I've come to you last, so this may change you after hearing Clayton and Andy. I don't know if you've changed your opinion on the race, but it's race 8 on the card late at night, 10 o'clock. Is it a race you're getting involved in as a punter, or which way you're looking if you are getting involved?
I haven't got involved yet, but it's a very exciting race. Obviously, Catch a Wave, it couldn't have done much more in its career to date. It's like we haven't seen the bottom of it, but I just think Beach Villa with that draw, even though Catch a Wave might be the best of them, is it that much better than them? I'm not sure. So, yeah, I'm leaning towards no, but it wouldn't surprise me if it won. It's just going to be tough with that draw, and yeah, the early speed battle might play a part too. Like Interest Free, He's Charlie's Angel, and Kafaji are all going to be running on late if the two favourites go to war. But yeah, slightly leaning towards Beach Villa.
Good stuff, boys. Good start. We've started in good fashion here, so we're on a roll. We've got 3 more burning questions to get through. Number 2, question 2 of the burning questions brought to you by the Fresh Connection, who export Australian fresh fruit to more than 35 countries, headed up by Damien Glengarry, who is the export manager and does a magnificent job. Don said this last week. I love how they throw that in there. The Fresh Connection specialise in citrus, table grapes, cherries and mangoes. freshconnection.com.au. They bring the second of our burning questions to us. And we might start with you, Clayton, on this one. Is Spellbound a good thing in the Angelique Club pace? And is she destined to clean sweep the Elizabeth Clarke Mares Triple Crown Series?
I don't think she is, to be honest. I think it's going to be hard again for her this week. I think the way the race panned out last week, it worked in her favour. But in saying that, she's a great mare, but I think Majida, she's had 3 runs back. She got pretty big when she was out. I think she'll be really hard to beat this week.
Techie's Angel?
Yeah, no, I think Techie's Angel is a really good filly, or good mare, but she's second up, and she's going to have it all ahead of her where she's drawn out the back. I think she's more an on-pace runner. So she'll be probably flushing Spellbound out if she doesn't go early, but she'll get a good drag into it. But yeah, I'm sure she'll run on really well. But I'm leaning more towards Majida.
Yeah, Andy, is Spellbound a good thing in the race on Saturday night? And if so, that'd be if she wins that's 2 out of 3. And if so, can she go and win the third and pick up the bonus?
Yeah, obviously, this week's going to be harder as well. Again, 2 horses are getting fitted with each run, and we know they're both quality mares in Majida and Techie's Angel. And the third leg too, you'd expect that Amazing Dream will probably be in the Queen Pacific as well, which is going to make it tough for Spellbound and all of them as well because she's such a quality mare. So, I still think Spellbound's probably the one to beat. But just last preparation, she went terrific first up, and she probably just tapered off a little bit each time. So. Just a little bit of concern there, but yeah, Majida battled out really good last week after a tough run and probably got the advantage, even though it's drawn 7, probably got the advantage of getting forward early. So probably the markets, there was a big difference early on. It's starting to sort of even up a little bit now, and I think closer to the race it won't be much between them, but yeah, I still probably just stick with Spellbound.
Good stuff. What about you, Moo? It was a pretty impressive win, Spellbound. It wasn't on Saturday night at Ballarat. Didn't appear to handle Ballarat all that well. They do. I know I've heard you guys, Clayton and Emma, talk about that top turn, more so with the trotters at Ballarat. They don't all handle that, and it looked like it threw Spellbound off. But on the back of that, is she, well, I guess from a punting point of view, would you entertain, I think $2 at the tab at the moment. Is that a price you'd entertain for Spellbound or not?
Definitely not. I think she's probably the one to beat, but I don't think she's that clear ahead of them. So I expect her to drift to sort of $2.50 at race time, and yeah, I thought Emma's to Majida and Techie's Angel with the dangers, and even the Pantheist is going to potentially settle really close. But yeah, after hearing what Clayton said, probably Majida might be the one to have something on. I'm interested to know if he rates Majida higher than Techie's Angel, or is it just where they are in their preparation, Clayton?
I think it's just where they are in their preparation. I think Majida's been a better mare overall, where we didn't have Techie's Angel early on, and Majida's done it every year, like being best 2-year-old, best 3-year-old, sort of in the state and that. And I'm sure Majida's a little bit more versatile, where she can make her own luck. Where I think she's just been a bit too fat her first couple of runs back, and I think you'll see she'll go forward this week, and if she doesn't find the front, she'll still control it from the breeze. So I think she's definitely, it's her race to lose.
Yeah.
$2 Spellbound at the moment. Majida $3.80. Techie's Angel $5, and then sort of $10 the rest. One I threw out there is, I don't think it's a winning hope, but I thought it could be a good place bet at, what are we looking at now? $8 a drum. I thought Blame It On Me, guys. Maybe just a quick word from you guys quickly on Blame It On Me, the Tassie horse. I just thought it hit the line really, really well. And drew barrier 7 that last Saturday night and had to go back. I just thought with a trailing draw, if there was a bit of speed on $8 a place, would that be the most ridiculous bet I've ever had? Probably not, to be honest.
No, probably not. I thought it hit the line really good too. And again, they wouldn't send it over here unless they thought had a high opinion of it because they knew what the opposition was going to be like. So, yeah, again, you think, she need things to go her way. But if they did, there's no doubt she could run a place.
Well, I think I've said, is it the silliest bet I've ever had? It's absolutely not, because I was telling you the other night, Moo, I had a good crack on Sunday at Sunshine Coast, Nowra, all over the joint, and I was betting everywhere and did a little bit of cash. But anyway, question 3: has the barrier draw gifted Amazing Dream the Geelong Pacing Cup, or can the chasing bunch? I think you've got 4, Clayton, of those chasing bunch produce a surprise. Might start with you, Moo. Is Amazing Dream over the line, or can there be a surprise?
What the draw's done, I think, has gifted it a very, very soft run. And if it goes like everyone expects it will, it probably will win. My only question is it as good in front as it is chasing? That's the only query for me. I reckon there might be an initial challenge from Torrid Saint, which won't last long. It'll kick through and lead comfortably, and I can't see many mid-race moves. I think it's going to be a pretty slow tempo once they settle, and she's just going to have every possible chance in front. So, yeah, it just looks her race to lose.
Clayton, you've got the 4 horses in it. About Time, sort of a horse on the way up. You've got MacDan, both off the front row. You've got 4 Big Men, second up from a spell, and Out to Play, draw on the outside of the back row. Can you beat Amazing Dream? Or if you can't, can one of the other horses in the field beat her?
Yeah, I think it'll be very hard to beat where she's drawn. The biggest thing is the start's crucial for her, because if she happened to get crossed and get buried on the fence, she's a great mare and she's a class runner of the race. But I think it's a bit like what Mitch said. If she doesn't get crossed early, there's probably no horse in the race that's going to put pressure on. And I'm sure Ants won't drive it like he did last time, where he was sort of trying to keep running because King of Swing was outside him. So it'll be a totally different race. But, I don't know. I think the start's crucial. I don't think she's over the line, but where she's drawn, she's going to be very hard to beat.
Who's the best yard chances, Clayton, do you think, of winning the race?
Probably MacDan, I think. He's sort of third. He's 4th up run. To be honest with you, he hasn't been 100% as going like with his fitness and that. I think now he's had a couple of runs under his belt. I'm sure he'll run a really good race. But he's only a 4-year-old. Probably my seasoned horse in it is Out to Play, but he's been a little bit hit and miss this time, where we've never led on him and we've tried to lead a couple of times this time in. He's been disappointing, but when he's been chasing, he's been good. But if the tempo was on, I think Out to Play will be running on strong.
Yeah, good stuff. Andy, I'm looking through the market here, and there's only really been a couple of horses backed at first glance. Amazing Dream's one of them, and Tango Tara 10s into 5s. Have you opened the wallet up from the Catch a Wave winnings or what?
No, nothing to do with me. Again, obviously, if the emergency comes out, it's the barrier draw you want to be drawn behind Amazing Dream. So if that happens, and we're fortunate enough to sit behind it, she's such a good mare, and if she left alone and sort of is a dash up the straight, really the only horse that can beat her is going to be the one directly behind her, and hopefully that's Tango Tara. Not saying that he will, but again, generally if you get races with no tempo in the race, that's where the winning chances are going to be. So I think she'll lead Amazing Dream, and I agree with Clayton. I think Ant sort of drove to beat King of Swing. This race, he doesn't have to drive to beat anything. He just has to lead and control the race how he sees fit. So again, it's her race to lose. Whether she goes good in front, it's hard to say. She probably is a little bit better chasing, but who do you hand up to if you don't lead? So she's $1.60 chance. I'm sure she'll be holding the front, and she'll be the one to beat.
Your horse seems to be best chasing too, Andy. You said that right from the start, didn't you?
Yeah, no, he's good. He's run some really good races sitting in Death too. He's a quality horse, but once you get up to this level, it's very hard to win races. You need things to go your way and need the right draw and things to go right. So he's pretty versatile, but it is a good draw for him.
Good stuff, boys. The last of our burning questions is with thanks to Falvo Fruits, specialists in table grapes since the 1960s. Michael and Josie Falvo are keeping the tradition going, and everyone loves their grapes. Keep an eye out for Falvo Fruits. You'll know you'll love them. The final burning question for today is regarding the New Zealand filly who steps out in Australian soil for the first time. Is Bettor Twist a grade above our 3-year-old fillies? And will the Allied Express be a cakewalk? Let's go to you, Andy. You know your New Zealand form as good as anyone. How good's this filly?
Oh, she's a very good filly. This is a race you think she should be able to win. But I'm not. Everyone in New Zealand thinks she'll just come over here, win our Breeders' Crown and everything else. But they probably forget about Ladies in Red, how good she is. So I think she'll get over this race, no problem. Going forward, I'm still in the Ladies in Red corner. I just love her. I think she's got one of the best horses in Australasia, not only best 3-year-old filly, but she's one of the best horses going around. So I'm sure she'll get the job done this week, but it'll be great when they all clash. Yeah,
no, I think she'll get the job done this week too. But I don't know if she's a grade above our 3-year-old fillies. Clayton, you've got a pretty good say in that. What are your opinions of Bettor Twist? Is she better than Ladies in Red? It almost boils down to, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, personally, it's just my opinion. I don't think she is, and it'll be great to see him clash in the Breeders' Crown, and then we'll be able to put it to rest, sort of which one's a better horse. But I don't think she is. I think our quality of 3-year-old fillies this year has been outstanding, and these sort of fillies are going to be really good open class mares, and you wouldn't think. I think my 3-year-old crop of fillies are probably just as strong as my 3-year-old crop of boys, and that sort of never usually works that way. Your colts are usually a bit stronger than your fillies, but I think when she comes over, she'll realise she's in a race against our ones.
She wins on Saturday night, though. You think, Clayton? Looks her race.
Listen, I think it's one of them things where you come over here and you're never given anything. So I think if she wins Saturday night, she's going to earn it.
Yeah, good point. What are your thoughts, Mitch? I know you're not an expert on New Zealand form, but no doubt you've seen some of her replays. You know about her. I know we were talking the other day, and you were listening into some of the New Zealand commentary on the radio about her, and she's placed right up high over there. What are your thoughts on firstly Saturday night and going forward? Can she beat our best 3-year-old fillies?
Well, I'll say this: if Ladies in Red was drawn where she is, Ladies in Red would be winning this race. So for me, she has to win this race to prove she's anywhere near Ladies in Red. I think she will win the race. She had a trial over here at Geelong, and it was very, very soft. Obviously, times were slow, so it was hard to get a gauge on anything there. I had a look at a few of her New Zealand runs, and didn't look to have super acceleration, but looked like one of those horses that could stay all day. So the draw shouldn't be too worrying. I expect Ants will just put her in the race and make it a bit of a staying test. But yeah, it's going to be a great test. And from what they tell us, she should just come here and win this race if she's that good. But I'm not so sure. And I'd like to see her run in a race over here before having anything on her, and I expect she'll start quite short here. So I won't be backing her, but I'm excited to see what she brings. And look, if she does happen to win this, how exciting is it going to be? Bettor Twist versus Ladies in Red. So I hope she gets the job done, but we'll see what happens. It's going to be quite tough for her.
Yeah, too right. Well said. It's going to be a good race, and it's going to be pretty exciting few months ahead. Just a quick word, Clayton, on the Tatlow fillies. Who's the pick of yours there? I've got a massive opinion of Irish Black Label. Maybe not the night. I can't stop looking at $9.50, but it might be the race for her on Saturday night. But who's the pick there for you in race 3 in the fillies, Tatlow?
It's probably got to be Incypher because she's drawn the best of mine. I think they're a real good crop, a bit like my 3-year-old fillies there. These are really good fillies. Penelonte, Incypher, Irish Black Label, and we've got a couple others there that are really nice horses as well. But probably Saturday night, Incypher's drawn 3. She's going to be awful hard to beat. But there's a lot of depth there.
Yeah. You didn't get the $11, did you, Clayton?
No. Stay.
Hang on, there's a twinkle in the eye there. There might have been. What about, just quickly, boys? You got runners on Sunday too at Maryborough. Obviously, the Derby heats. But you got a clash in the True Roman, I think. Andy, you got Majestuoso. I'm only going off the top of my head, and Clayton. Cover of Darkness is back. Is that right?
Yep.
I guess we know what Majestuoso brings, but Cover of Darkness, haven't seen him for a little while. How's he going, and is he ready there? Is he going there to win?
He's getting scratched, so he's not going around. He had a bit of an electrolyte imbalancing, had the thumps his last start at Bendigo and pulled up ordinary. We got a blood done. We trialled him on Saturday, and we got a blood done on him on Monday. Still wasn't great. And we just worked him again just then, and he wasn't 100%. So he'll be coming out.
Okay, that helps, Andy.
Yes, you can scratch some olds as well on Saturday if you want.
Good stuff, boys. Righto, this is what a lot of people just tune in for. They scroll right to the end, they get past my rubbish, and they go for the best bets. So the best bets segment, we don't have a sponsor. We probably need one, but let's start with Moo. You're the pro punter, Moo. I think we've all dreamed, Clayton and Andy, over the years, that how cool would it be to be a pro punter. After knowing you for a while, Mitch, I don't think my body could handle punting for a living, but I don't know, you're looking pretty fresh. But what's your best of the night on Saturday night?
Well, I might have to change one of my best because Clayton just said Penelonte is no good thing, but I really like its trial. Race 3, number 3, 240 at the moment. You'd probably get better. But yeah, I think it's one to follow going forward. The other one that I really liked was in the last race, Blue Chip Delight. It was a super win, Vic Cup night. Just went to the breeze and toyed with them. Russell's got this horse going really good, improving every start. I think it's clearly the one to beat, and won at value for the place in race 8. The 2-year-old Colts race. I thought interest free with the pole draw, draws to sit leaders back. If there's not much speed on, it's going to be hard to make ground late. So I think it can hold on for third at $3.50 the place.
I like it. I'll get to my best bet later, but I was tossing up between two. I might even ask Clayton before I throw mine out there his thoughts. But Andy, what's your best of the card? You've got a great record on this show, so don't let me down with the captain's armband on.
No, I'm going to put the pressure on myself and tip one of my own, and it's a tricky meeting. But I think Pacifico Dream. Not a lot of depth in his race, even though he's drawn wide. He was going to finish pretty close up in the Victoria Cup before he got knocked over, and he's trained on pretty well since. So Pacifico Dream's my best.
We got a price. We got a market there, move for that one.
Not yet.
What do you want, Andy? If you're having a bet, what price is fair?
Oh no, I'm guessing to be around the $3, $2.50. I'm guessing.
Yeah, cool. All right, he's going to be $2, no doubt now. Clayton, have you got a best? Are you going to go with? I mean, it's generally Andy's go to go with one of his own, but you don't have to. So, what's your best on Saturday night at Geelong?
I'm going to go with Beach Villa. So, I would still stick with Penelonte. I wouldn't be going past her. I do think she's a real quality filly, but I think Beach Villa is my best. He's drawn inside Andy's horse, and I think he's a real quality horse.
Yeah, great. Good stuff. That's the best bets from you guys. I tell you what, I had an awful time coming up with the best bet here. I guess my best roughie would be a place bet on Blame It On Me in the mares race, the Angelique Club Pace. Look, don't go silly, but I thought $8 from the trailing draw from a horse that ran 5th and hit the line really good. first look in Victoria. I just sort of ticked a lot of boxes, and the trainer was I was chatting to him during the week, and they've made a few gear changes and stuff, and I just reckon if it panned out for her, she could run into a drum. Clayton, before I go with this, I made him my best last week. He didn't let me down, but he didn't win. Struve, can you just give me your opinion of him? I know the draw is terrible on Saturday night, but I reckon he is airborne, this horse.
Yeah, no, I think he's going really good. We drove him more forward last week, and he sort of got left outside, and when Aussie Battler held the front, and they strode along pretty good. He'll be driven a lot more conservative probably this week from the draw, and I think he's definitely going to be hard to beat in any race he's in, because he's got loads of ability, but as long as he doesn't flip his pallet, everyone knows if he flips his pallet, we're in trouble. But yeah, I do think the same as you, and he's worked on terrific sense, and he's been one of them ones where you haven't been able to race him consistently over a period of time because he's got so many issues. But in the last few weeks, we've been able to back him up, and I'm sure he'll run a great race again.
Yeah, well, that's good enough for me. I was going to go Yorkshire. Yorkshire's been scratched in that race of yours, Andy, but I'm going to go with Struve to take you on here, Moo. I'm not sure what price we'll get, but I'm just hoping Blue Chip Delight doesn't get, gifted the race. And I've just been massive on Struve. That big win at Bendigo. And then the 2 runs after Clayton, he made mistakes, and things didn't go his way, and he still ran really well. And even on Saturday night, I just reckon a lot of lesser horses wouldn't have even finished as close as he did with the run he had. So I'm going to go with my old mate Struve. He's been kind to me. He doesn't owe me anything. Hopefully he can get the job done on Saturday night. Righto, boys. Clayton, how'd you enjoy it? First crack at burning questions.
Yeah, no, it's been good. Really good.
We'll get you back, no doubt. Andy, thanks for jumping in, mate.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Moo. Good luck on Saturday night.
No worries. Thanks, Toc. Thanks, lads.
See you, boys.